Hello everyone, so recently I've been getting quite a few messages on Telegram and just other social media platforms, stuff like Instagram and all that stuff, right? And just even in YouTube comment sections, right? And it's got me thinking, like, how are people expecting to succeed by just asking questions to other people and like just, using their results for their own benefit, you know what I mean? Like, it's quite a controversial, I guess you could see it's controversial, but like, a lot of the time people do just rely on other people's results, like, so I'm gonna take ipga for an example rather than just getting straight into it, right? So ipga is quite a new business model. Not many people know what they're doing. Of course, there is one big person, which is Standard Stage, who obviously said he's been putting months into this, so he actually knows what he's doing. But other than that, if you don't buy into his course, you're kind of like blind, like you've got nothing to see in front of you. You've kind of got to meet your way out there by yourself, which is exactly what I've done. I made my way around and I've obviously signed clients, so like, it does work. But getting onto my topic, a lot of people message me asking for just like how I signed my first client. So like not just directly that, but like what was my outreach method, what was my message, how did I email them, how did I find them, whatever, right? But it makes me think, why do people not experiment themselves, okay? So the way I found out what the best thing is by experimenting. So take this for instance, if I didn't know what to write as a message, because you got to think it's completely new, no one knows what to put. So my outreach message didn't just go well, it's not perfect still, but it didn't just go to signing meetings instantly, right? Getting meetings instantly. I've had to change that over several days, several weeks, right? So my first outreach method might have got one meeting out of 150 messages, while my final message might have got 5 meetings in 1 week or something like that, right? You've just got to test, you've just got to experiment what works for you, what works for your niche and your clients or your potential clients. You just got to think about all this stuff rather than just coming to me or other creators in the IPGA niche, right? Because see, I was to give you my message to what I'm saying to people, that would just get used by absolutely everyone who watches this video or another video, and they would just use that and they would just overflow to the point where it's not effective anymore, because like niches will just be getting that message, content creators will be getting that message constantly, so it's just not unique, it's not good whatsoever. So why would I like that? Instead, you should be experimenting for yourself. You should be like sending messages out yourself and tweaking them as you go along, depending on your replies and your rates. See, your conversions like 3 meetings a day out of 50 messages, that's brilliant. There you go, there's your experiment done. Like, if you think about all the great people in history, right, they didn't have people to guide them on what they're doing. A lot of them just kind of went along as they did. So an example is Robert Oppenheimer. He was the first person to create the atomic bomb. Of course, he had no one to guide him because no one ever done that before him, right? So he had to experiment himself, because he only had theory, he only had like just ways of what he could do this. So that's all you're going to have. You're just going to have a message template of like, all right, so this message could do it, but you've got to test that message. That's what Oppenheimer done. He tested all these different theories, all this different thing, and of course he got his results. It all worked out in the end. That's kind of what you have to do, because you've got to think there's so many messages what could be sent. You've just got to find the correct one, which is obviously the one what's going to work, and that's what you're going to tweak over time. All these great people didn't just get all these things done instantly off their first attempt, their first theory attempt. They went through several phases, several different tweaks of their initial idea. So I just want to give you a quick example of like what I mean. So on Telegram the other day, I got a message saying, sorry for interrupting, I have still problems with booking a meeting. How many meetings are you booking per week? So I understand they're not directly asking me a message about like how I'm booking meetings, they're just asking how many I'm booking, which obviously I gave them an answer, right? But you've got to think, if your initial message isn't working or your initial email isn't working, then obviously it's an email problem because you're not booking meetings. So I don't know what his message was, but he could have easily, just like tweaked that. So send 50 messages out. If you're not getting replies, right, that means there's something wrong with you, like the way you're helping them engage. But say you get a reply, but just not a second reply when you've asked to, or maybe when you've pitched your offer, for instance, right? That means there's an offer issue. That means that like people aren't interested in your offers, so that means you need to change your offer message. But say you've got them to the point where they like your offer and stuff, but you just can't get them on the call. That means the issue is something with the way you're asking them to book a meeting, okay? So let us just think a second. So obviously your first two are okay, but then you might just be rushing in to book the meeting, or maybe the way you're portraying it, you might be like, they might feel forced to book a meeting with you, so they don't want to. So that means like you've just got to change it. Like it's just so like it seems hard, but it is really simple. If you're not getting replies, that means your first message needs to change to engage them. Ask them a question, change it up a bit. So you've got them engaged, but they're not replying after that. That means your offer or like a different message has to be changed. It's just all theory. What it has to be practiced until you get it correct. No one's going to get it first time. So like that's just one example of many what people will be facing. So like I don't know. Another example might be let's just think of one quickly. My niche isn't working, I'm not signing people in my niche, right? Make sure you've sent enough. There's millions of people in a million niches, okay? There's so many people to like what you can reach out to. If you're reaching out to 0.01% of them people, maybe not even that, then how can you see it doesn't work? You just haven't reached out to enough people to gather results and get your details correct, right? Reach out to more, reach out to 600 to 1,000 in that one niche. If it doesn't work, then change, okay? Like, you've just got to test these things, and of course you will get there over time, so it's all about theory. A lot of the things what I've learned from ipga I've also got from SMME. So for instance, all of my offer building, all of my email sending stuff, I've got that from the base of SMME, sorry, because they're kind of similar, so it's something you can use, so why not use it? You can always use something what's alike, where they're sort of like that you can actually use it, okay? So if you need to, just use SMME videos to figure out the best emails to send, best email template, best cold messaging template. There's just so many things to gain from other things to master one subject. So you can just take apart from different business models and put it into one. So for instance, copywriting or email writing or something like that, you can use that to craft yourself a perfect email, and maybe close to perfect, because nothing's ever perfect, is it? So you just got to get as best as you can. Or I don't know, sales calls from SMME, you can learn how to speak to people, like how to get them to engage, because realistically you just got to change the offer at the very end. You can be like, oh hello, I'm Ryan here from blah blah blah, I'm here to pitch you an offer, would you give us 5 seconds? Instead of saying I'm going to get you 15 clients in 30 days, you can see, oh, I'm willing to build you your own online course where you can sell to people and make lots of money. You just got to change your offer, obviously. Like, you can use different things, like different business models to actually you can just bring it in, you can absorb that information and use it for ipga, which is what I've been doing. That's how I believe I've had success. I don't know if it's been quicker than other people, but I believe that's like my route to success, because obviously ipga is a new business model. There's not many people out there what you can follow, and if I'm going to be honest, I haven't actually watched anyone other than Sandra Stage on ipga, so it's just do your own research, just figure out what works, what doesn't, instead of just running to someone, because they're not going to give you the answers what you need. Their answer is going to be different to yours. They're going to be a different niche. They're going to send a different message. Everything's going to be different compared to you and them. So just do your own experimentations and you will get there. Experiment with different emails, different messages. Send out 150 with one template. If that doesn't work, send out another 150 with a different one. Tweak it little by little. See you're getting the open rate but no reply. That means your message needs to change. See your offer's just getting the open rate but no reply. That means your offer needs to change. It's just simple, straightforward stuff, in my opinion, what you need to change ever so slightly. You tweak until you've crafted a pitch, like just an almost perfect plan. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but you need to drill it into your head instead of just asking other people, because see, I was to give up like my strategy, my thing, that means everyone would use it and niches would be oversaturated with one message, but each career would be getting the same message every day, and it just wouldn't work. You've got to be unique in a business like this. In online business or any business, you've got to be unique if you want to succeed or excel above others. So use the thing in your head, your brain, use your creativity and figure out how you can actually excel above everyone else, and just be better. Or I wouldn't say better, because everyone's just as good as each other. As long as you make it that way, you can be just as good as me, Elon Musk, fucking Alex Hormozy. You can be as good as anyone as long as you put the effort in, really. So just make sure you experiment and think of all these great scientists, these great generals in life, and Napoleon and all that shit. How do you think they've actually got to where they were at one point? They didn't have people to follow on. Of course, now had simple strategies what were like theirs, but they used their strategies over time. See, Napoleon, for instance, he evolved his fucking army tactics, and it just worked out well for him. He didn't have anyone to follow. He had guidance, but he didn't have an exact star to follow. He didn't have an exact North Star that he could follow. So, it's just kind of get there, succeed, experiment as much as you can. You should always be experimenting, sending messages out, different messages each day until one finds you. But that's all for this video. It's been a bit of, I wouldn't say a rant, but just more of an educational thing what I need to get off my mind and help you out. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy. Please follow me on Instagram, subscribe, like, whatever, comment if you've got any thoughts on this, your opinion on this topic what I've just pronounced. Follow the Telegram as well, ask questions in there. I mean, I'm not just ranting, I mean, it's just a complete bipolar opposite of what I've been ranting about. I don't want you to ask questions, but I do want you to ask questions. I just want you to experiment yourself, then give results. Try first before you actually ask questions. If you're completely clueless, of course, ask questions as much as you need, but try experiment first. It'll help you out a lot.